Norman,
Yes.
we're out here, Harbor City. You're sleeping right here. You made yourself a little shack. Tell me about it.
Well, this is mi casa, my home, because I don't have a home like per se normal people. Got some issues. Unemployed. I don't steal. Believe in trying to do right by the other person. So I'm struggling a little bit trying to get housing. I guess I'm waiting. In the meantime, I have to make do with what I've got. And this is what my poor little hands can do right now.
Nobody should have to live like this.
You're right. There's rats, mices, nieces, whatever you call them, filthy. They carry disease, and I have to live with them right here. I've been ran out of the shack before by a gang of rats. I mean, just so disgusting, I couldn't take it. But here I am back again because it's the only place I've got.
How do you handle the noise with the cars going by?
Just kind of get used to it, you know, after being out here for a while. I mean, you don't get totally used to it, but you adapt to it, I guess.
Yeah. It's interesting and sad how humans adapt to things they shouldn't have to, like homelessness.
Very true. I didn't think I had this in me to survive like this. I mean, this took digging down another layer for me to get to understand that a human being can prevail or can survive no matter what the conditions are, as long as there's oxygen and water.
And now we just got to get the public and the political will to fix this to get people into housing. Now, you're telling me when I asked how long you've been out here, you don't remember. It's been that long.
It's been a minute. I would say a good 6 years at least. We started off over in that jungle behind you. For the longest time, at least 2-3 years, nobody even knew that we existed because of the brushes, the covering. Nobody knew until the place kind of exploded. A lot of people, homeless people, found out about it and they started coming in by the drove.
Yeah, homelessness has been growing.
Absolutely.
And people look for a safe spot.
That's why we grouped together here.
You know. So I was told that you, not just you, but everybody, the sweeps happen here. Like they moved you from that good spot that was out of sight to over here, and now every 3 weeks they come and sweep.
Yeah, that I don't understand. I understand that, we need to clean up for health reasons and so forth. But why take all our stuff? It's like telling me every 3 weeks or 2 weeks that I've got to start from scratch again. I mean, they take our stuff, or tents, or blankets, everything. Leave us with absolutely nothing. And then I have to start over again. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm spinning my wheels. If I had 5 blankets and they cleaned up, now I've got nothing. If I didn't grab one, I've got nothing. So I've got to go scrounging or trying to raise support for a blanket it's defeating the purpose. It's like I'm living for homelessness. You know, if you're going to clean us out, help us. Provide some option. Shelters is not for everybody. It's not for me. I mean, I cannot survive or live in a shelter. I have anxiety. I suffer with claustrophobia. I can't be around a lot of people in an enclosed area. That's why I don't go to jail.
People don't understand that shelters suck.
Not only that they suck, but you know, you can also develop a new set of problems going to those places.
Right.
I remember a while back, I got exposed to TP. And that's from being in a shelter. I don't have it, but instead of getting a needle prick in my arm to check, now I've got to get an x-ray, a chest x-ray, every time I check for the TP. And that's from being in a shelter. So, you know, it's not for me. It's scary. People shouldn't have to live on top of each other like that. I am not a criminal.
Right. Now, the criminalization, the sweeps, Pete White from LA Can says it's psychological warfare. They're just trying to wear you all down so that you go someplace else, but then you go to that other city and those police do the same thing, and then you end up back here and it's expensive to taxpayer. It actually hurts efforts to end homelessness.
That's right. Because just like with the sweeps I was talking about, this community, Harbor City and surrounding area, have been great support to us. They've provided us pretty much everything that we need to survive as a human being, except for a home, an actual house. And it hurts me to see all the stuff that the city has given to us go into the garbage every other week or so. I mean, it's ludicrous. It's defeating the purpose. These folks come out of their pocket and go to the store and buy us stuff, and it all goes in the garbage because we don't have a chance to use it.
There's no refrigeration.
There's no power, no facilities really. There's a shower that comes around when they feel like it. I mean, I feel that we get better support from the people of the community as opposed to our own government. It's wrong.
I'm seeing that happen throughout the United States. There's people like Street Watch, like Danny and Michelle, who are behind me, that are out here doing what they can to help. And do you see any outreach workers? Does anybody come out here?
Well, you know, thank God for Danny and her group and all the other supporters, because I believe if it wasn't for folks like them, things would be a lot harder. A lot of us would be in jail or just mistreated. As far as the other social workers, people from the agencies that actually are getting paid to provide us homes, they do come around, but I feel harassed more than anything else, because they come with the same information over and over and over. It's like they don't hear what we're saying. And I think it's a waste of taxpayers' money. It's a big waste. They come up with a budget every year to combat homelessness, yet the population keeps growing. I don't get it. Where is this money going? I just don't get it. I think our government needs to revamp the whole outlook of what they're trying to do for homeless people. And not put the monies in the hand of these agencies that's not providing homes.
Yeah.
They're coming up with shelters.
Yeah.
That
Well, that's the government. So what's happened is the politicians favored housing developers instead of low income or affordable housing. So homelessness continues to grow, and now here we are with the pandemic, homelessness growing, and there's no housing. So the politicians continue to fund these agencies who are really doing what they can, but they don't have housing. It's like sending somebody to go build a house without a hammer, or sending a chef to go cook a meal without a stove. And it's like all this busy work. So I worked as a case manager in Glendale, and I often wondered, why are they paying me? Because I have nothing to offer you. I had nothing to offer homeless people. So you're right, it's a revamp, but it has to come from the politicians. It has to come from the top down, that they have to provide housing so that the workers can come out here and say, hey, we can help you. Because right now, there's nothing they can do. And that's frustrating to you. It's even frustrating to them, and homelessness grows.
Well, you're right, Mark. I think I agree with you. I think they need, before they put the monies into the hands of other people, other folks, they need to come up with a plan themselves as to how we're going to acquire properties, acquire real estate, and put a budget together for that first, before doling this money out for salaries, etc., etc., etc. They need to come up with a firm plan of how they're going to purchase land and homes to house us.
Totally agree.
If not, we're pissing in the wind. Sorry for my language.
No, you could, anything you want. As I said, you pick your nose, it's in here. You swear it's in here. Raw and edit. It's your story, and you're spot on. Because what happened when the politicians want to show the public that they're doing something, so they fund more social workers who don't have any tools to help people, and that's expensive, where they could have taken that money and allocated it to housing. It all has to start with housing, and the politicians have to stop trying to do these baby step measures and this, dog and pony show services, and really focus on what homeless people need, and that's housing.
They need to come out here and talk to us about this stuff, just like you guys do.
Yeah.
Get our opinion.
You're the
Do
expert.
a survey.
You're the expert.
I live it. I am homelessness. Trying to get housing.
So I saw Michelle from Street Watch play you a recording of you that was played at a city council meeting. What did you say?
Basically, just kind of wanted to comment on the new budget that our city approved, and the portion that's dissected for the homeless. Already they've tapped into it before anybody has even come out and talked to us. They've tapped into that budget already. They've allocated monies to pay police officers who already receive a salary, and to pay for these agencies that's not doing anything for us. So a good portion, I don't know what the percentage is because I haven't done the math on it, but a good portion of the monies, we can chalk that portion up as being spent already. So there we go. What's left for us? What's left for homes? I think we got this thing backwards.
You're spot on. What did you do before this? You're obviously very intelligent. What's your background?
My background is marketing, sales, marketing. I was a regional manager for a lumber company.
And how'd you end up out here?
Just the snowball effect of being burnt out, working, relationship problems. I wouldn't say giving up, but life had gotten to me a while back, and it just kind of kept going to where I developed this attitude that it is what it is, roll with the punches. But I never lost what's in my gut, and that has kept me alive out here. I do have hope. I do think this problem, even though it existed before I came around, before I was born, I think it's solvable. We just need to approach it from the right angle. I think there's still plenty of property left here in America, LA County, to provide homes for everybody. Smaller countries, poorer countries are doing it. Why can't the richest country, the best country on the face of the planet, provide home and proper health insurance for its people? The people that are in need, at this point, they can't do any better than what they're doing. Me personally, I'd like to go back to school to get another shot at maybe working again. Right now, it's not possible because of the way I'm living. So, we got to start somewhere. Start me off with a proper living facility. Somewhere where I can have privacy. I don't have somebody stealing my stuff. I don't have somebody coming and waking me up at ungodly hours. I don't have to sleep with one eye open. I take responsibility for my life, yeah? But that's why we're all here together. To kind of usher each other in the right direction. I do have a lot of hope for the future, but I'm hoping that our leaders can meet us at least halfway. Right now, they're not meeting us anywhere.
All you need is a chance, just a little help, some time to heal, go back to school, have a normal life again. But you don't go from this to employment. Right?
Yeah.
That's where you need to help.
Would you hire me? If I was sincere, sober, and I came in, and you had an ad in the paper, and I came in, got up out of my shack, came in, would you hire me? I wouldn't hire me.
Well, often when people respond to these videos and they say, get a job, I'll respond to them, say, do you know anybody that's hiring homeless people? Do you know anybody that's hiring? I mean, the pandemic. Do you know where a homeless person can shower? Do you know where they can get a good night's sleep? Do you know how long it will take for them to save first and last month's rent until they can actually get their own place where they can get a good night's sleep and take a shower? I mean, the idea of get a job, I mean, I know it's based on the American dream and bootstrapping, but it's literally a lie, and it hurts efforts to help people because you need help. You need that transition piece. And if instead of criminalization doing sweeps, moving you around, if they spent that money getting you inside for 6 months or a year where you could heal with support services, re-educate, you'd be back working. You want to work.
That's right. That's right. But under this situation that I'm living, you have to also take into consideration that it has cause a lot of mental issue for people as well. So that's another factor that they've got to consider.
That's why you need time to heal. People need to go
Exactly.
inside for 6 months, a year, who knows, until you can heal.
Exactly.
Otherwise, the longer you're out here, the worse it gets. And then it costs taxpayer more money.
Right. You're telling me that I'm a dysfunctional person because I'm living like this, or they're telling me, or making it appears that way because I'm living like this, and then expect to send me out into the real world, so-called, to function amongst normal people and compete in a job market where I'm an older dude. You know, I've been through a lot of the stuff that our younger people haven't been through. If I went into an office to get a job and I was dressed the same way as a college person, a person that just got out of college, but my age was different, much older, I'm not going to get that job.
Ageism real, and especially in marketing, which is your profession, actually my profession too. 40 is dinosaur age.
You betcha.
You know, I don't know what I
feel 60. Like I should be retired.
right. Yeah, and you should be maybe. I mean, what I do know is you shouldn't be living here.
That's right. That's the first step. That's the first step, and then who knows? Maybe I'm the phenomenal person that we've been waiting for. I just hadn't been discovered. Anyways, I got to try to make a little light of things, because if not, I'll be walking around scaring people.
Yeah. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
End homelessness now. Provide proper homes for people. Do away with the Band-Aid solution in trying to run people off. Help us.
Great wishes.
Help us. Help us.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
My pleasure, Mark. I hope this helps.